Welcome back to my channel, and a special welcome if you're new here. My name is Jen and this is Jen Clayton Beauty. We do everything beauty and makeup, and that includes testing new makeup, new eyeshadow palettes, and I am so excited for today's palette. It is actually from one of my very favorite indie brands, and the minute that I saw even the outside cover of this, I knew that I wanted it. And then when I saw the color story, it was an immediate add to cart, and that is the newest palette from Blend Bunny Cosmetics, and this is the Longing palette. This is an absolutely beautiful, cool toned color story. There's a few different formulas of shimmers in this palette, new to Blend Bunny, so I definitely want to test those out. I love that there's grunge in here, there's neutrals, there's these beautiful minty pops of green. I can't wait to put this on my eyes. I actually wish that I had time to do several looks for you, but I will play with this some more. You'll see it in upcoming videos. I'll be wearing it on my eyes, but I'm so excited for this. So if you are excited as I am about the new Blend Bunny Longing palette, give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not, turn your bell on, because I upload lots and lots of new videos every single week. I will link the Blend Bunny palette down below for you, as well as the discount code that I use, which saved me 10% on the palette. I will also go ahead and pop up here on the screen the price of the Longing palette before any discounts, and again, it'll be linked down below for you. I'll also have my favorite beauty subscription boxes, all of the other makeup that I'm wearing in today's video if you would like to shop this look, discounts to my favorite indie brands, and come follow me on TikTok for more beauty and makeup. So let me tell you a little bit about Blend Bunny Longing, and then I'll zoom you in and we'll create an eye look. So this is a 24 shade palette. It says 24 tragically beautiful shades. 6 shimmers in this palette and 18 mattes. This is definitely a cool toned color story, but I love how there is so much variety in here. We've got a purple row, a more gray, lavender leaning row. We have quite a bit of greens, but more on the lines of minty greens, earthy greens. And then on the left, we have the neutrals and some grunge. I love that there's pops of mustardy yellow, deep, dark, cool toned browns. There's some beautiful shimmers in this palette. There's a silver that when I swatched it, I gasped. It's absolutely beautiful. The green shimmer, the white for the inner corner highlight. And then the bottom row has a couple of more grungy black base shimmers. And then the bottom corner Love Letters, that blue purple leaning multi-chrome, that is absolutely stunning. Like I said, the color story of this palette is incredible. I've really gotten into cool tones. I used to 100% be a warm toned girl, but now I'm getting into cool tones. I actually like both. So I was excited to see them, number one, release a cool tone palette, number two, release something completely different. Not a rainbow palette, not a spin on a rainbow palette, but something completely different. Now the size of this palette is similar to the other Blend Bunny palettes. It's actually the exact same size as their Lure palette. So fits nicely on a shelf, looks beautiful with all of the other releases from Blend Bunny, and I'm just really excited about this. I can't wait to see if this is the really good Blend Bunny formula. So let me zoom you in and let's get started on an eye look. So as always, I'm going to prime my eyes with my MAC Paint Pot and Painterly. I always use an eyeshadow primer. It's always MAC Paint Pot and Painterly. I feel like for me, this keeps my shadows in place all day. Also prevents creasing. I'm almost 49, so I have wrinkly eyelids, and some of those really wet shimmers will really settle into the lines in my eyes, and it's not cute. It adds lots of creasing, and I feel like the MAC Paint Pot not only gives me the true opacity of the shimmers and the mattes, but also prevents the creasing. Turn down the lights a little bit just so we can get a little bit more trueness of these colors. Now I have no idea what I want to do. I have no idea. I know that I want to use some of the greens. I kind of want to use a little bit of everything, some of the more neutral grungy shades, the green shades, and then some of these more cool toned gray purple shades. So I think what I'm going to do is start with this purple shade here called Pleading. It's more of a mid-toned, cool toned purple, and I'm actually going to pop that on the inner portion of my lid, stopping about halfway into my crease. Wow, that is absolutely beautiful. Wow, that was one tap into that shade. This shade here called Pleading. And look at that. Wow, that is stunning. Blend Bunny makes some of my all-time favorite mattes. They're just always really, really nice. They're not patchy. They blend beautifully. They layer beautifully. Always super, super pigmented. So I'm not at all surprised that this palette is equally as beautiful as the mattes are equally as beautiful as all of my other Blend Bunny palettes. And I think I own all of Blend Bunny's palettes. Then I'm going to pick up this shade here called Stolen Glance. It's kind of a taupey brown, at least that's what it looks like in the pan. And I'm going to pop that on the outer portion of my eye and then bring that onto my crease to meet the purple shade, but I'm going to diffuse that out a little bit just so it's not so deep and dark, but keeping that outer corner deep and dark for the depth. Again, one tap in. That is so crazy. And this is such a pretty shade. I thought it was going to be a little bit more brown leaning. When applied to the eye, it has a little bit of a purple undertone. So it actually pairs really pretty with that first purple matte. And it's just going on like butter. I'm going to pick up this shade here called Dear Diary. This is a little bit more of a gray leaning light matte. And I'm actually going to use that to diffuse and blend the edges. Now there isn't a white in this palette, so this is going to be your lightest white-ish shade, but I love that it has a little bit of a lavender base to it. It's so pretty, and it blended those shades together really nicely, made it look much more seamless. Always my NYX glitter primer on my lids. I cannot wait to dig into these shimmers. And as always, we're going to do one shimmer with my finger, one shimmer with a brush. And you already know, we're going with this multi-chrome down in the corner called Love Letters. Look at how pretty that is. It's this lavender purple, just really pretty shifty multi-chrome with some blue. And I'm actually going to put that right in this open space on my lid. There's some matte, there's the purple matte here and that deeper matte here. And I'm going to just focus that right on the portion of my lid that doesn't have any shadow. I mean, that's incredible. Look at how beautiful that is. It's so shifty. I knew that this was going to be beautiful, but this is even more beautiful than I expected. For my lower lash line, I'm going to dip into these greens, this kind of emerald green called Sorrow. I'm going to pick that up on a pencil brush and buff that on my lower lash line. This is incredibly beautiful. And then I'm picking up the shimmer, the green shimmer called If Only, and I'm going to buff that right on top. And that just kind of diffused out my lower lash line, but gave me a little bit of sparkle. And then for the inner corner highlight, we could use this just beautiful silver shade. I love that shade. But I want to stick with just the multi-chrome on my lid. That's why I can't wait to dip into this to create more looks. So we are going to use the white shimmer shade called All That's Left. And I'm going to pick that up and pop that on the inner corner. That's beautiful. That even is picking up some of the blues and greens. Wow, that is a beautiful shade. I'm also going to take that and just lightly line my brow. I don't always do a brow bone highlight, but I feel like with this look, it's just going to pull it all together. And here is the completed look. Let me go ahead and do liner, mascara, a lippy, do something with my hair. I'm actually going with my friend Melissa to her daughter who's 12. She's in a play today, so I'm going to go with Melissa to cheer on Claire in her play. So I want to finish putting everything together, do a little something with my hair. Actually, let me get dressed as well because I just came home from the gym, so I'm still in my workout clothes. I will be back to share my thoughts on Blend Bunny Longing. So I did a little something with my hair, added a lippy, did not change my shirt. I'm gonna wait on that because there's some cleaning I want to do today. So I think I'm going to do all of that before I get ready for the plate today. But let's go over the Blend Bunny Longing palette. First of all, the packaging, I really like it. I like the little bit of sparkle that's on the cover. It was also on the unicarton. I think that just makes it look a little bit nicer, a little bit more high end. It does have a mirror in the palette if you wanted to take it for travel, and I love it. I literally when I was putting my liner on and my mascara, I kept thinking about all of the other looks that I want to do. It is so inspiring to me. I mean, I did use some of the purples, the grays, the greens, and the neutrals, but I want to do a full neutral look, a full green look, a purple gray look. Like, I literally cannot wait to play with this again, and that's a sign to me that it's a palette in my collection that I'm excited about, because I have over 300 eyeshadow palettes. So if I keep keep thinking about a palette or wanting to use it over and over again, that's a pretty good indicator that I like it. And I would say that so far this year, this is my favorite release from Blend Bunny. It may be one of my favorite releases from them in general. It's just so different from the brand. It's so well curated. The mattes are buttery and pigmented and they blend like a dream. The shimmers are beautiful. I mean, look at that multi-chrome on my lids. That is absolutely beautiful. That is one shimmer on my lid. This guy right down here, that is it. And it's funny because in the camera, it's light blue, but when I'm looking at it right now, it's like a pinky purple. It just makes my heart really happy. And I think it's the perfect cool tone palette. It really is the perfect cool tone color story. And that again says a lot. So I'm really happy to have this in my collection. I can't wait to play with this again. I may even do another look with this tomorrow. Again, I will have it linked down below for you. I'll put the discount code that I use to save 10%. And if you want a good cool toned, well-rounded palette with neutrals, greens, purples, a little bit of everything, definitely recommend the Blend Bunny Longing. But I love her and I cannot wait to use this again. Let me know down below, what do you think of my look? Did you pick up the palette? Am I swaying you to pick up the palette? Let me know everything down below. And if you enjoyed the video, give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not. Turn your bell on because I upload lots and lots of new videos every single week. Don't forget to check out the description box down below for the Blend Bunny palette, as well as my favorite beauty subscription boxes. All of the other makeup that I'm wearing today, if you wanted to shop this completed look, discounts to my favorite indie brands, and come follow me on TikTok for more beauty and makeup. I'm definitely longing to play with this palette again.